Today's podcast, I want to talk to you about, give you an update on how the season average prices are going. I get a lot of phone calls from producers asking, uh, am I going to get a payment this year? I'm in this program for this crop. And while we really never know for sure until the end of the marketing year for the crops, we can give you a little bit of an idea. So on this first figure, if you look at our webpage at www.afpc.tmu.edu, where I have that little circle, if you click right there, you can bring up an Excel spreadsheet that I'm going to show you today. It's one I've shown before, but I get enough calls about it. Apparently, I probably need to do it from time to time. This is just a broad picture of it. What we have is by the different commodities. The gray area would be where we actually have prices that have been reported for the marketing year. You can tell that the marketing year is different for different crops. For example, rice is August to July. If you look at the bottom, barley is June to May. And so as we go through sitting here today, we're most of the way through the marketing year for barley, oats, and wheat, and we've just about halfway through for corn and grain sorghum and sunflowers. So I want to show you that as an example of what the whole sheet looks like, but I'm going to focus on just the top part right this second. For example, you can enter in your own estimates. The yellow part there is where the marketing year isn't finished, and you can put your idea of what you think the prices are going to be. A lot of times we'll just use the last price and kind of copy it over to the right to give us an idea. Why do we do that? Because it uses that information, the price information, along with we're using the monthly marketing weight. What does that mean? That means that after harvest, each month of the marketing year, a different percentage of the crop is marketed. And so you get a weighted average price by multiplying the price for the month times the weight, and then summing it all up. And so what we do here is we're using the weights that we received from the NASP publication in 2014. They tend to be the historical weights over time. Obviously, it can change from marketing year to marketing year, but in general, they're going to hold pretty close. And so when you look at this up close, again, the gray ones have been that data has been reported by NASP. The yellow ones are ones where to get an estimate of prices, you're going to have to fill in some numbers. When you look, and this goes the same for corn and sunflowers and all the other crops as well. Again, this information is used in a calculation that I'm going to show you here. The yellow part is where you would actually, instead of having to put your estimates in for each month, you just put it in the yellow part here, and it'll copy it over and replace what if there's no data. So you can tell that, for example, on let's just say corn, we put in $3.40 for the remaining marketing year, for the remaining months of the marketing year. When you do that, staying with corn, you go to the blue area, and if the marketing year finishes up like we think it's going to, then the marketing year average price would be about $3.35 per bushel, which is for price loss coverage is below the 370. There would be about a 35-cent PLC payment for corn. So as you can tell previously, the crops that are almost done are barley, oats, and wheat. Since wheat is a major crop here in Texas, let's talk about that one. We've just got a few more months left in the marketing year, but we expect at this point in time that the marketing year average price is going to be somewhere around $3.87. With the wheat reference price of $5.50, there's going to be a very significant PLC payment. People ask me, will it be a payment for ARC? And with those low prices, you would expect it to be the case, but it really will depend. Since ARC is a revenue program, it's really going to depend on what the price and the yield is. So if you could have a very low price that could be offset if the yield was really high on your particular county. So it's really hard to say, but for price loss coverage, it's pretty clear there are going to be payments for wheat. there's expected to be payments for corn, grain, sorghum, and rice and peanuts. Until next time, thank you.